Hey everyone, hello, and welcome to another episode of Where is Neva? Where are you? I hope you're taking the time to check in with yourself physically, mentally, financially, romantically, and artistically. This episode, we are going to talk about where are you physically? Well, where am I physically? And why you should go on a road trip. Regardless of where you're at in the state or the country, you should either rent a car or use your car and go on a road trip. Road trips are so adventurous, so freeing, so loving, so reassurance. And this is the last episode of this series about how I took a road trip across country. But this time, while I'm talking about that series, I'm actually taking a road trip. I am in Washington State, and I'm going to take a road trip to Oregon. And I'm so excited because we're going to do the coast, Oregon coast. So I'll be showing you the Oregon coast while I talk about why you should go on a road trip. Okay, y'all ready? Let's go. Where is Neva? Where is Neva? Where is Neva? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? So after 3 hours of driving, we made it to our first stop, and it's called the Four Mask something. I'm not exactly sure, but it's right there. We are driving the Oregon coast. One reason you should go on that road trip is to experience the freedom of being one with nature. Y'all, it's so beautiful out here. It's gorgeous. And to be able to just get in the car and have control over the wheel, and to be able to drive to a place to explore, to learn, to be one. Like when I did my road trip, when I drove through Alabama and was able to go to the Equal Justice Initiative Museum and be able to learn so much about mass incarceration and the prison to school pipeline and all the things that's happened in the past, and to see how the art form that someone created from their beautiful mind to make our history something that we can go and visit is exceptional. And so being able to travel and see the history of where we're from, or to go to different states to experience that freedom, you know, freedom that our ancestors did not have. I think a lot about Harriet Tubman and how she had to take her freedom back. But we have the chance to be free and to be able to see and to be able to be with our people just by being. And that itself is beautiful. So number one, why you should take that road trip is to experience freedom. You want to know something so crazy? Well, last time I did my road trip to Maryland, when I was driving, my tire pops, right? I don't know if you remember that video, but I told y'all, making it to Maryland, my tire popped. And it was crazy. It was crazy. But when I made it back, I drove safely, but I didn't have the right tabs, okay? And they were expired. But anyways, while I was driving my new car, right over there, I was driving and my tire light come on, and I was like, damn, okay, I need to go put some air in my tire. And while I'm driving, I found out I had a nail in my tire, and Les Schwab was right there. So the reason why you should take a road trip, the second reason, is you learn how to trust yourself. Okay, you learn that even if things happen, you will figure it out. Last time my gear got stuck. You remember that video? When I was in Houston, my gear got stuck and I had to trust myself. This time, my tire. Last time before that, my tire. But things happen, and you can always trust yourself, trust your intuition, and there are people here to help you out. So, trust yourself. And learning how to trust yourself even more is the reason why you should take a road trip. So yes, I'm getting my tire fixed, and then we're going back on the road. Y'all, why was that free? He fixed my tire for free. Okay, when I say take that road trip, because things like this, abundance shows up. I just got my tire fixed for free. I thought I was going to pay something. I was kind of nervous, but I was like, okay, we're going to work it out. And look it, they worked it out, and I didn't even have to pull out my credit card. This is what abundance looks like. Yes, thank you. So let's talk about the third reason of why you should take that road trip, right? The third reason is you open up so much space indoors to learn more about yourself. Especially when you travel solo. I learned so much about myself on that journey, and it's the reason why I even started the platforms that I've started, like Where's Neva. I learned that my life was so much bigger than me, and that I deserve to explore the life of abundance that's already for me. And so taking the road trip allows you to see how small you are in this big world. So often we think that our problems are so big, and they are big to us. But once we open our doors and look at the water, look at the nature, look at the rocks, we can see how small we actually are, and how we can create steps to accomplish our problems. And so being on the road allowed me to sit with myself, allowed me to ask deeper and reflective questions to get to know myself, allowed me to listen to podcasts and have deep conversations with other people. Every time I'm on the road, I learn something new. Every time I travel, I learn something new. And traveling and taking road trips, wherever you go, even if it's down the street, turn your music off for a little while and just explore your mind. Allow yourself to just drive there and think and reflect on all the beauty that life has in store for us, and it has for us right now. So, reason number 3, taking that road trip allows you to explore more of yourself if you allow yourself to do so. So, that's my reason number 3 of why you need to take that road trip. So another reason why you should take that road trip is because you get to experience the gift of life. Life is so freaking beautiful. And when you're in the world and you see how beauty is just there, you're like, oh my gosh. Well, that's how I am. Like, look at this. Just so freaking beautiful. When I went on the road trip and I made it to Arizona and I got to see the canyons. Y'all, let me tell you, this feels fake. It feels fake. It is so pretty in here. I literally cried. To be able to touch the canyons, but not only touch it, be on tours to learn the history of canyons and how the natives really, man, you just have to watch that video. I'm not going to say all that, but it's just so incredible how history is literally written in our world. And as we go out and explore, we can learn our history, we can teach our history, especially being Black. Going down that route that I did and seeing like the cotton, and knowing that my grandparents drove all the way from Monroe, Louisiana to Washington State so that they can get better jobs. And I did that drive. There's history in that. To know that Harriet Tubman in the Underground Railroad and know the story behind that. There's history in that. And so America has so much history, especially Black history. And as we understand what our history and be able to look back, to look forward, to see the beauty in the storytelling in the world, man, that's why you should take a road trip. So wherever you're at, if you're in the States and you're in a different country, if you have your license or you know someone that does, go on a road trip. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a month trip. It can be a day trip. This is literally a day road trip where I went to a few places on the Oregon coast to just go beach hopping. That's literally what we did. If you're in Tanzania, there's so many different places you can go see. And even if it's down the street, just open your eyes and ask yourself, what can I see that's beautiful in this very moment? And hopefully you look in the mirror and see how beautiful you are. So those are my reasons of why you should go on a road trip. Go explore the world. The world is ours to explore. You do not have to travel international. You don't have to travel for a long period of time to actually see the beauty in life. I hate when people travel shame. I hate when people talk, ooh, you gonna go to this place. Forget what they say. I want you to go see the world. Go see your city. Go see your state. Go see it. Because you might see something that somebody else has never seen. Yo, and please share it with me so when I go to that state or that country or whatever, I want to go see it too. So send me a message and let me know where you went. I love you, family. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Where is Neva. I hope you enjoyed this experience while I took a day road trip in Oregon. But I hope you enjoyed the series of my road trip experience and how Where is Neva was built. My road trip is the reason why Where is Neva is what Where is Neva is. I love you. Thank you for always supporting me. Bye, family. Where is Neva? Where is Neva?